So the last pair of Soundpeats earbuds that we featured on the channel were the Soundpeats Air 3 Pro. These are a budget-friendly pair of active noise canceling earbuds that you can typically find for around 60 bucks. Very solid for the price. Well, now we have an even more affordable option, the Soundpeats Life, which are very similar to the Air 3 Pro, but instead of around 60 bucks, you can actually get these for about 40 bucks. And in some ways, I actually like these better. So let's go ahead and take a look, starting off with the case. So one thing I did like on the Air 3 Pro compared to the Soundpeats Life is the case. It had a smooth matte finish and the overall build quality is noticeably better. So with this case, it's got a hard plastic finish. It's got kind of like a pebbled texture to it as well. You have a Soundpeats logo there on the top, an LED indicator light on the front, and then a Type-C charging port on the back. So very basic setup. It definitely serves its purpose as a charging case, but I did notice that the lid doesn't feel quite as secure. And like I said, the build quality is just not quite as solid as the Air 3 Pro. So that's just, something that you're gonna get along with that more affordable price tag. So as far as the earbuds, again, very similar to the Air 3 Pro. You have that stem style design, your Soundpeats logo there on the touch surface, and these are giving you access to all of your controls except for the option to track backwards. So you've got volume control, you can track forward, you have access to your ambient sound controls, your active noise cancellation, transparency mode, normal mode. You can also activate your voice assistant. So you can pretty much do everything that you need to do except for track backwards. So if that's important to you, definitely something to keep in mind. So as far as the specs, we have Bluetooth 5.2. We also have SBC as well as AAC. So no aptX adaptive, which is available on the Air 3 Pro. As far as battery life, we're looking at roughly 5 hours on a single charge, which is okay. And then around 25 total once you factor in the case. And then we also have an IPX4 water resistant rating, which means they're sweat proof as well as splash proof. So safe for the gym, safe for the outdoors, just not a pair that you want to completely submerge in water. So as far as the fit, very straightforward. I mean, if you've ever tried stem style earbuds in the past and they typically work for you, then these should be no different. I find them to be very comfortable and I could get away with hitting the gym with these earbuds, although something with an ear wing or an ear hook would be ideal. So when it comes to sound quality, these are using a 12mm driver, just like the Air 3 Pro, and the sound on these is very dynamic. It has very strong punchy bass. If bass is your thing when it comes to listening to music, I don't think you'll be disappointed with these. And you also have some really nice, clean, detailed treble. It doesn't get buried or overshadowed by the bass. And you actually have some EQ controls thanks to the Soundpeats app. So I tried to use the Soundpeats app when I did my review on the Air 3 Pro, and it was basically telling me that I needed to update the firmware and I just couldn't get it to work. But with the Soundpeats Life, I've had a much better experience. And yeah, like I said, in there you do have custom EQ controls. So it has a couple different presets for you to choose from. And you also have the option to customize and create your own. It even has an adaptive EQ option, which basically walks you through a sound test. Takes about a minute to do. And then based on the results, it comes up with a custom EQ profile for you. So the fact that, you're getting custom EQ controls on a pair at this price point is definitely impressive. Inside the app, you can also control your ambient sound. So you can switch between active noise cancellation, transparency mode, and normal mode. And then for those of you that are into mobile gaming, you also have a gaming mode. So for those times that you're looking for better performance in terms of latency, you can go in there and activate that gaming mode. So that's definitely a plus to have. But going back to the sound quality, honestly, they sound just as good as the Air 3 Pro. Again, they have the same size 12mm drivers, very dynamic sound, great bass, great treble, great clarity, and plenty of volume to go around too. So at this price point, they definitely do not disappoint when it comes to sound. Now let's go ahead and talk active noise cancellation. which is one thing I actually prefer on the Soundpeats Life over the Air 3 Pro. So as far as overall effectiveness at blocking out your ambient sounds, I would say that they're both pretty similar, but when you compare them back to back, you actually notice a slight bit of white noise with the Air 3 Pro when you have active noise cancellation turned on that's not present with the Soundpeats Life. So again, they're very similar as far as the amount of noise that they're blocking out, but you don't notice that slight hiss when it comes to the ANC on the Soundpeats Life. So that's one reason that I prefer the Soundpeats Life over the Air 3 Pro. And then when it comes to the transparency mode, surprisingly, it seems to be more effective on the Soundpeats Life compared to the Air 3 Pro, which is pretty surprising since they're the more budget-friendly option, but it just seems like they do a better job at drawing in your ambient sounds. So as far as active noise cancellation and transparency mode, my pick would be the Soundpeats Life. So let's go ahead and do a microphone test to give you guys an idea of the call quality. All right, so this is a microphone test of the Soundpeats Life True Wireless Earbuds. Right now we have quiet conditions. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Now let's see how they sound once we add some background noise. All right, so now we've got some crowd noise being played on a speaker. So this should give you a rough idea as to how you would sound if you choose to take phone calls in a more noisy environment. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So overall, like I said, you can pick these up for about 40 bucks, but actually right now they do have a $10 off coupon on Amazon, which means you can grab these for only 30 bucks. So these are an excellent budget-friendly option if you're in the market. I will put the links down in the description for you guys to check these out. And aside from that, that's going to cover it for today's video. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.